Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
How has the Netherlands been treating you so far?
We've had such an amazing time. I got in yesterday very tired because I had to stay in London on Friday night.
Yeah.
So yesterday felt like I was, you know, when you're just like, this is a fever dream and I'm half asleep.
Yeah.
But this convention put us in such a beautiful hotel. The beds were so good, it felt like being cupped in a cloud. It was amazing. And then we went out last night. I love Amsterdam. I've been, I don't know, so many times. I came the first time when I was interrailing.
Okay.
And I fell in love with a really handsome man that didn't know me, and I played music. I kind of stalked him, and then I played music at him.
Okay.
I had my guitar, and I was busking around Europe when I was 18. So I have very fond memories of Amsterdam in my life.
Did it work?
No. He thought I was mental, but yeah, that's fine. Hey, I'm used to that.
His loss. All right, let's just go with the questions. We know you from many franchises. I think you're in almost everything right now.
Not James Bond yet or Batman.
Oh, okay. That's the dream.
That'd be amazing. Both of those would be very, very amazing for me.
Aren't they making a new James Bond?
Hopefully. I mean, who knows? I don't know when though. So.
Well, call her. How do these big movies differ from your smaller roles?
Yeah. So like in smaller films, like independent films, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say the big difference overall is time.
Yeah.
So when you're on a big production, like, in fact, Harry Potter was the thing that taught me patience, which at 21 or 21 was very hard because I'm clearly very nervous and it's like I would be on set and it would take sometimes 2 weeks before I was seen. I'd be there every single day, 4 a.m, makeup, hair, wouldn't do anything for 2 weeks. Okay. And then go home and get home at like 9, 10 at night. It was like, because they have allowances for things to go on, because they want to make everything perfect and they have a budget.
Yeah.
Whereas independent films, and also the other difference is, it's such a big thing. I just don't know everyone's name. You're like, what unit is this? Who are these people? You get lost. You have a much smaller immediate family in a big franchise, a big film. Whereas in small film, it's like, we need to get this shot. If we don't get the shot, we're not going to have the scene. Yeah. And so it's like, it's much harder. The challenge is much harder to get stuff done, but it's non-stop, and you bond very quickly with the immediate people because it's like you're this family that has to get it done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So you're like, no pressure. My next question, you already answered it because I said, well, if you could play a role in any big franchise, what would it be?
Yeah, so that would be what. But also, I'd like to add, because there's a franchise they've just made by Hugh Howey, but actually I'm reading a book right now called Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King, and it's a collaboration with his son, Owen King.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
Read it, it's fucking great.
All right.
The premise is women all around the world, suddenly, it starts in Australia because obviously they've got a different time lapse, but as women around the world start falling asleep, they get cocooned, so all the women fall asleep in the world. It's all about all these women trying to stay awake, and it follows a woman's prison, and it's like how the world looks without women, and it's. I mean, I'm rereading. I can't remember the ending now, but I'm maybe a third in. And I'm like, that's amazing. I would love to be in that film with that, or a series. I think they could extend it to a series.
Okay. And are there any other literary characters that you would like to play?
Just so many.
Because you've played one of my favorites. Well, not in film, but in theatre.
Yes.
Knights of the Circus.
Yes. That's okay. So I would, if I could do any. I really want to go. I want to go back to theatre, but it's very hard with life, like trying to do both things. Yeah. Because with theatre, it's like you don't get an understudy; you have to be there every day. Yeah. That's how it is. I mean, some big productions, but I would love to work again with that company. Yeah. So they used to be called Knee High, and now they're called Wise Children. And everything they do, when you see their shows, it's just. So yeah, I'd love to do anything with them because anything they adapt from a book is always going to be good.
Yeah, and if they would make a movie version of
Knights of the Circus, I'd love to. And actually, because I remember when I did it, I wasn't who the director wanted to pick. Because in the book, she's more my age.
Yeah.
She's a bit bigger, which I'm now than I was then, obviously when you're younger. And it's like, she was like, I don't know why, I feel like it has to be this girl. So actually, I'm probably closer to the right age in the book than I was when I did the play. So I'd love to do that. Yeah. I'd get to do the trapeze again. I play the accordion now. It would work.
Great. We should pitch this. We should make it happen.
Come on, Lawrence.
Well, you already said that you read a lot.
Yes.
Would you also like to become a writer yourself? Because
I mean, I don't know how that. I don't know how to do that skill. I have no idea. I've never even thought about it as an option. Yeah. I love writing. I always keep diaries and I write a lot. I think it's very good for your mental health and just general health, and when I can't sleep because I get insomnia, I like stay up and write just whatever's in my head.
Yeah.
But I think it's so different to doing that to then writing, and even screenwriting and writers are two very different things. So there was a writer that I worked on a thing with him. I'm not going to say what it is, but it was really bad because he was a writer, and when he tried to do screenwriting, it didn't work. Okay. I think there's obviously a crossover, they intersect, but I think they're also very different skills. Yeah. So I don't know.
But you are a musician, so would you consider doing the soundtrack of one of your films?
God.
Or not?
I would if I had the help of Adam Burke, my guitarist. Okay. And I'd probably make him do most of the work. I'd be like, help.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, micromanage, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you still get recognized for all these big roles that you've
weirdly not like no. So it's like it's weird where and when I get recognized. Oh, I get more in Spain, much more.
Yeah, because you are Spanish.
I'm Spanish, yeah, but it's very obviously I think maybe there's not that many Spanish people in Game of Thrones, so it's like, oh, you're that Spanish girl. That. And I've done more films in Spanish as well recently over the years as I've got older. Yeah. So that's when I get it more. And weirdly, at passport control, like and it's quite. They're always quite fun. Yeah. But like, luckily, I'm not like that level of big. No. Where I can get recognised and can't move around. Like what I get a lot is like, do I know you? Like, it's that rather than like, But occasionally I do get it, and it can be being recognised. Sometimes is it's how someone recognises you. Yeah. Like for example, if a little girl comes over, and is like, I know you're, that's amazing. Yeah. But sometimes you get drunk people on a plane. Oh yeah, that's amazing. In an enclosed space, go, sorry, excuse me, are you the? And I'm like, oh God, I want to die. Like, so it's how you get recognised that I think affects your relationship with it. Yeah, but if you go to a Comic-Con like this, obviously people come to see you. Yeah. So what are your experiences with fans here? What are their stories? What in this particular? Well, just in general. I mean, I've had some mad experiences. We were talking about some of them earlier on today. There's obviously, there's all sorts of experiences, and fans are different as well in different genres. I find there's a different feeling. Yeah. But you get the really nervous ones, and it's like. You're basically trying to be like, I'm a woman. I get my period. I go to the toilet. I have a shit. I have friends. I lose my temper. Like we're all human. Like trying to make them almost wake up. Yeah. Or like, what's your favorite pizza? Just to like, because they get really nervous. It's like there's no reason to be nervous. And also, they're just so obsessed with the world. It's not about you. If that makes sense. Yeah. But then there's other people that, oh God, who was it? Someone that was in the, was it Miltos that was told by the armed forces about that there was army guys. Yeah. That went up to one of the actors in Game of Thrones and was like, when we were out there, we were like, what do we say to death? Not today. Yeah. So it's amazing how powerful things that you can be in can affect people. And people that have, I don't know, cancer, and they're like, this book helped me, or my music helped me, and it's like, wow. Yeah. Do you get a lot of stories of people who think that your roles impacted them greatly, or do you see yourself as a role model for them? No. Okay. But I mean. Poor people if they pick me. But yeah, there's a lot. I actually get a lot. I feel like I get a lot from women. Like there's a lot of women that like, I came out as gay, and your character, because she transformed and she's quirky. Or a lot of people that are outsiders, and they're like, I don't know why this particular role helped me, because at school everyone thought I was weird. Yeah. That's nice. It is great. I think that film can 100%. Like film and TV has helped me all my life. Like when you watch it. Yeah, because why did you decide to become an actress, or how did that? It was chance. Basically, I loved theatre at school, but I didn't think it was a real job. Like especially one I could do. Like maybe if you're a model and your family, is in the industry, but I didn't think it was something a normal person can just do. Yeah. And I then got caught smoking at my boarding school, and I was sent to. Instead of getting suspended, my drama teacher caught me, and he was like, go into that room, and it was the audition for About a Boy. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. And then I thought the punishment was to babysit all these children, and I was like, this is shit. And it was my first audition, I didn't know. And then I got it, but then I fell in love with it when I started doing theatre. So at 18, I got my first leading role in a play with Shared Experience, a very physical theatre company that's amazing as well. Yeah. And that's when I kind of understood it. Yeah. But it felt like it was luck and then passion. It was like that. It kind of went like that. Okay. I wanted to be a psychologist in Australia, so. Why in Australia? I had a scholarship to go there, and I was like, I just want to go there. Right. And one of my really good mates lives there, so I was like, I'll go there when I was 18, and it didn't happen. Well,
well, now you're here, so things
Probably
worked
would have been a
out.
really shit psychologist as well. I probably just would have like shouted like all the wrong things.
Girl, don't do it.
Leave him. Leave
him. Do you have any other projects coming up that you can talk about?
I can't. Yeah. So basically, I'm filming at the moment in Bilbao.
Okay.
And tomorrow I fly back again there.
All right.
And I think it's really cool. And I love working in Spain because I get to see my family.
Yeah.
It's such a cool city. I recommend it a lot. I don't know if you've been to Bilbao.
No.
You need to go. If you like food and wine and art, it's got all of those things.
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
I will go. What is your favorite role that you've played?
Favorite role?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I always feel like the one I've just done, like the one I'm doing now is my favorite role. Does that make sense? Because it's like the one, but roles that are close to my heart in terms of how I really loved being Doris in Super Bob.
Yeah.
Like there was this summer, was it 10 years ago? Jesus. 10 years ago, where I did that in London and then I went to do 10,000 kilometers in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, one of my favorite summers of work I've ever had. I mean, I love this job now, but it was like the combination of the two cities and the two different directors I loved and the two leading men that I fell in love with. Yeah, so.
Right, because you do more Spanish films now? Or no?
Kind of, I mean, this year I'm doing Spanish films, so I don't know, let's see.
What's the difference between Spanish films and English?
I suppose the catering on set is very different.
Is it better? Or?
Better, definitely.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And also another thing, it doesn't matter how budget a Spanish series is.
Yeah.
They will always have an incredibly good coffee machine espresso thing.
Yeah.
Like in England, Harry Potter would have those horrible sachets of like coffee, and I'm like, what is this? That would never happen in Spain. So that's a big difference.
They have their priorities.
Yeah, they're like, we need coffee, we need caffeine to get this done.
Yeah.
The other difference I'd say is, I think hierarchy is a bit different in Spain. So like an extra will just start shouting at the first AD. Like I don't know, like not because, but like just like a granny will be like, I'm not walking up those stairs. Like there's less of this hierarchical boundary.
Yeah.
Than in England, I would say.
Okay. And well, if we look at your roles that you're most famous for example, Game of Thrones, what was it like to film something like that?
It was cold because it was freezing. It was Belfast, very, very, very cold.
Yeah.
But every job has a challenge. So that one happened to be the rain and the cold. But like for this particular one I'm doing now, the challenge is the set.
Yeah.
The set is a challenge. So everything you do always has something that you have to try and overcome with the help of the director and the other actors and all the crew.
And what's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome?
So last year I did. I had to play Rebecca Vardy. I don't know if you know who this person is. She is. There was a massive court case about two wives of footballers that went to court, and it was like sensational news.
Okay.
And there was a massive trial. It was lunacy. I didn't even know it existed, and I got this audition, and then they were like, it was named Wagatha Christie, like the Agatha Christie, but Wags. Anyway,
yeah.
I thought I was when I got the audition through, I was like, oh, I love Agatha Christie. No, my friends were like, no, babe, don't you know what's been happening on the news? And so they made a series, like a kind of 2-part film series about just the trial of these two women. And with the transcripts of the trial. Yeah. But they had to do it, like, I basically got the job in like 10 days later, no, not even, was it a week? No, it was a week. A week later, I had to be in Budapest, and I had to, because that was different. It's like usually when you invent a character, it's one thing. I had to be someone that everyone knows this woman in England, everyone. Yeah. And I went crazy. I didn't think I could do it. It was one of the scariest things I've ever done.
And why was it so scary?
Because I had to be someone that everyone knows. I had to be a real person that everyone can reference. So if you fuck up, everyone can see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But did you get to talk to?
No, I didn't. Oh. No, we didn't have time. And literally, it was in 7 days. I had to just go and do it. It was really scary. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you didn't even get a phone call with her?
No, I didn't do any of that. No.
Oh wow, that is challenging. Yeah. So how did you prepare for a role like that?
I've watched all the episodes of her on TV all the time. I just kept watching her, watching. And I had an accent coach for her accent, but I don't know. I think maybe for a lot of people they knew who she was. I didn't even know who she was, and then it's like, I've just got to be this woman now.
Yeah, that is challenging.
So scary.
And I suppose that it is different from you know, a fictional character.
Yeah, because you can use your imagination. This is someone that everyone's like, no, that's not her. That's not her. Like a lot of people, and a lot of people were following this.
Yeah.
So it's
okay. Yeah. Well, I see that it's time.
It is time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for bothering to ask me some questions.